by your bar again. Oh no, because the bloody painting's there.
Good morning, good evening, wherever you are. This is Living World of Darkness, New York.
I'm back.
This is a Toreador meeting between two Toreadors trying to discuss the aftermath of the passing of one of the members and the previous Primogen leaving the city and preparing for the new Toreador that arrived in town. And away we go. It will start at my the restaurant. The usual, I'm emptying a corner, making sure nobody takes tables there, putting reserve sign on all the booths around us. Preparing a bottle of wine and some glasses in case we get more company. Standing outside of the club, smoking a cigar.
Yeah, if you've invited Justinian over, he was here only a few days ago. He will turn up outside, probably just walking along the street. He got a taxi. Seems to be his main way of traveling. And yeah, John, good to see you again.
Good to see you. We had another incident with the picture, so we shouldn't be touching it today.
You had another with who?
Let's go inside. You still have a crystal?
Where? Like at. I'm keeping it safe.
Okay. We went inside with Rose and Emily in this new venture, and pretty much same thing over again. Rose was examining the picture, then all the time slowed down, and we got sucked in. And after we came back, the picture seemed non-magical. Before we went in, it seemed magical. And so it seems that the crystals are powering it somehow, one at a time. Anyway, let's not touch that.
Maybe we should stay away from it, perhaps.
So for the Primogen thing, I'm sorry to see the current Primogen go. I understand Bishop is nowhere to be found. We suspect it's a Sabbat issue. I'm going to.
Did Patrick say anything to you before he left? Because he did not speak to me. It is most surprising.
He didn't. Something came to my attention, and I think should come to yours. Yesterday in Elysium, Emily mentioned that Bishop was killed by Sabbat, and when Mr. Butch seemed surprised and asked her, "Who told you that?" she said, "You did." So if you know something about the favor you did to the clan, make sure you cover all the story.
I will talk to him.
They seem surprised. They seem very surprised that. Anyways, for now we have this other issue.
We must choose a new member.
I'm happy being a whip, and the reason is I prefer to be heading a coterie, and I prefer to not be a Primogen because in case I make I fuck up as head of a coterie and a Primogen, it's usually a really bad example has to be made of me. But if I screw up on the street and I have a Primogen covering my back, I get more leeway.
Oh, you make the job sound so appealing. Well, who else is there? Charles, I'm sure he does not wish the position.
He's welcome to come and step and ask for it any time.
Of course.
And the new Toreador, which he's also welcome to ask for it if he thinks he has something else to offer. he kind of has to prove himself to the city, just like we have to still prove ourselves to the city. Um, but that's that's the way it is. He's a new guy. Um, if you can put a request for me uh, for the uh, for the coterie, so it becomes official, and then that will help. Second, is that a coterie you would like to join, or would you like to start your own, or would you like to solidify a position as Primogen? That still doesn't mean I'm not going to ask you whenever I need investigations done. Just what position will you be at?
I would happily take the position of Primogen, and of course, I would support my clan members.
Okay. Um, with I'm looking really hard for Miss Monroe. She is a perfect member. Already, her and me, we had a coterie going, and she'll be a perfect addition to investigation. Uh,
I agree.
Investigation coterie. Second, I do owe her kind of. She can come anytime and request a life wound from me for what she. I don't know what she did to save me, but I'm pretty sure she can twist it into a life wound. I would like to return it or part of it as soon as possible. Um, and also, I need to learn some of her Nosferatu disciplines, which will help with what I'm about to do.
Hmm.
Namely, obfuscate for now, and animalism and potency later.
It seems
Um,
then that, well,
yes,
the selection of,
an obfuscating Toreador.
well, I think it is a potent combination.
Yeah, you need to keep those good. You need to keep these good looks under wraps.
Of course. You don't need to hide so much as them, but it can be useful.
Um,
Have
what
you
else is?
contacted
Hmm?
Have you contacted Charles?
No.
And we'll see what's Grant's character called.
Um, Amachan, do we know Grant's character's name?
I think it was Victor.
Yeah,
Victor.
I have met him a few times.
Yeah, like, then you know his name, Victor.
And have you contacted Charles and Victor?
No, I did not. You can always inform them.
I think at least Charles would appreciate being involved in this conversation.
Let's try and call him now. Amachan, we have. Were you the one playing Charles?
Pardon?
Were you the
I'm
one
the, I'm
playing
the one
Charles?
who playing Charles, yeah, the NPC Charles.
Okay, we can try and contact him.
Yeah, he will answer his phone.
Hi, Charles. It's John and Justinian.
Hello? How can I help you?
Um, I'm happy you got the time for us. Um, you made the time for us. We are making a quick meeting. Our current Primogen left town, back to Paris, and we
Ah,
are trying to quickly fill the void.
okay.
Between Justinian and me, I prefer to keep my whip position. I prefer to start an investigation coterie, and as a head of a coterie, I prefer to not be a Primogen, so that the Primogen can cover my ass if things go bad on the street.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and um, and so I prefer to not be a Primogen. I think Justinian have been involved in the city politics long enough that I recommend him for the position. What is your uh, opinion on this?
I agree with you. I'm not interested in being a Primogen.
The only question we have is Victor's opinion, and he's the new guy in town, and he votes count one. And so we have three votes for, or at least two votes in case you are neutral. Two votes for
I'm
Justinian
voting
being Primogen.
for I'm voting for Justinian as well.
Alright, so that's three votes. So we will just inform Victor and and play nice with him. Is there any other issues we would like us to push for the clan?
Please do take a domain for our clan.
Any?
Please inform the Primogen that we need a domain for our clan.
Is there any other? Is there any part of Manhattan that you prefer?
I am okay with everything, my friend.
Thank you for the flexibility. Another question. We are still going to try and push for a harpy position and keep Rodo's position.
It would be really good.
We'll see what Victor can push for and what we can push for.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Charles, and for the clan.
He smiles and hangs up the phone.
Alright, so that's settled. Mr. Primogen?
That was easy. Not having to make an ingrat work of art seems almost anticlimactic.
I have a confession to make.
Yeah.
I did accept the boon to prevent Mr. Bishop from Mr. Mercy from ascending through the Camarilla from the same offer that was sent to you. Sorry, but I was gonna do it anyway, so I figured I might as well get a boon for it.
Justinian will smile.
I just
Well,
I
yes.
didn't do it as a treason of the clan. I thought that stopping him is good for the clan.
No, I think it turns out we are more alike than we think. Monsieur James is a good member of the clan, but his opinion of himself as a leader is higher than his ability, in my opinion.
From what I understand, the great Danton was looking for the killer of his wife, and so it's logical to assume, under all circumstances, that Mr. Danton leaving had something to do with either getting his prey or running after his prey.
I think so. I'm gonna make a subterfuge roll for my little. I don't think we can't hear you, Karim. Spend a willpower on this. 6 successes.
For what, sorry? What was it?
This is Justinian trying to like hide what he. Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
6 successes. You can roll perception awareness.
Even if I succeed, I was just saying that you also accepted the boon.
Yeah, no, it was more about just when you were talking about James Mercy that he just.
Yeah, I would think that you accepted the boon on James. When
Yeah.
you said we're more alike, I figured you also accepted it.
It was
Or
more
at least
about.
you agreed.
It was more about what you said about him being killed by Danton.
Oh. Yeah, that wouldn't even register. It's
Okay.
like something I don't want to even think about. I'm just glad he's gone.
Cool. No worries.
For good cause.
Yeah. Well, Mr. Whip. Hopefully we can serve well together. I will make an appointment with the prince as soon as possible.
Machan, can we set up I guess the prince is Tim, right?
The prince is Tim.
Should we set it with you play the Seneschal, should we set it with the Seneschal instead?
You guys can send a word to Tobias Budge to announce the word that Justinian is the Primogen now.
Okay, and for the request for the coterie.
It should be talked with the prince.
The prince, okay. So here's Mr. Budge's number. We might as well give him a call. Or as a whip, I should be announcing my Primogen. That's more correct. That way it seems that it's a clan thing. What's your decision? What's your first decision as Primogen? Should you call Mr. Budge or should I call him?
You can call him. It sounds better coming from someone else for sure.
Yes. So I'll call, especially that I'm existing with, I'll call Mr. Budge.
He will answer the phone. Miss Lejours?
Mr. Budge, always good to hear your voice.
Same here, Miss Lejours.
Good news from Clan Toreador. We had a very quick agreement on a succession of Primogen. I would like to announce that I'm keeping my position as Whip of Clan, and that Mr. Justinian Decant is our new Primogen by probably unanimous vote. We got three Toreadors voting him in, and we haven't talked to the fourth one yet.
I will announce to the city that Justinian Decante has become the Primogen of Clan Toreador.
Thank you very much, Mr. Budge. And I guess Mr. Justinian will be calling you sometime soon. Is that okay?
Of course.
The next hour or so?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Thank you, sir.
It was a pleasure to talking with you again, Mr. Lejours.
It was a pleasure of mine. And I'll hang up. The funny thing, when I was hanging up the phone, I mentally almost clicked on stop broadcast. It's this big red button sitting here, and my mouse is just like floating on it. That'll be embarrassing. Okay, so I guess it's a good time for you to call him. Maybe an hour from now, maybe not too quickly. Wait for him to announce first.
Mr. Lejours, you have made this transition very easy. I hope I will do my best to honor the clan and to honor yourself.
Thank you. Correct decisions are usually made easy.
I must admit I do not wish to be a tyrant. I will, of course, be consulting the members of my clan on decisions. Combined wisdom is better than the others.
Thanks.
And I am not so old that I have everything.
Thanks. That was the flaw for Mr. Mercy. He would consult his sire instead of us.
I do not represent Clan Toreador. I represent Clan Toreador within this city.
Thanks. So I'll go. Do you smoke cigars? May as well celebrate. I'll go. I'll pick up Perdomo 20th year anniversary. Maduro. Dark. The smoke is almost like cream seeping into your lungs. And I'll crack the tip of one, and I'll give you the cigar and the cracker.
He will clip it, and he's a nice one. I have a standing order for Romeo Juliet. I get it from a tobacconist. He sends me them over in a...
Romeo and Juliet is my favorite Cuban. Unfortunately, they're highly illegal in America. Fortunately, I always keep some because they are my favorite. I think I actually wrote that on my character sheet of Romeo and Juliet.
I just had one for Christmas a few days ago.
Romeo and Juliet is the only cigar I know that the next morning doesn't taste like socks in my mouth.
Oh, they are good.
The only one I know. That and the first Cuban cigar ever made. It has no flavor. I'll remember his name.
I think you know much more than me.
I'll remember his name now. I have them here. Like near in real life. I actually have them in my inventory if I open it. I'll remember it now.
Yeah, so I guess Justinian and John will sit and chat. They will probably chat about the rather weird adventure they had the few days, and future plans. And unless you want to do anything else.
And what can we do to investigate that mayor? I don't have my office key because I can't find that Nosferatu, and I haven't talked to that Nokavian Primogen yet. And so
She is a fairly She's a public person. If we have some media influence, perhaps you could get a journalist badge next time she does a press announcement.
So we need anyone
Into
with
the
some
minds
media.
of some of her aides.
Do we know anybody with media influence?
I do. I
The
could
news you're
sort
going.
this out.
The news
I
you're
have.
going.
There is a ghoul of Mr. Brooks possesses some influence within the media. He has been told by Mr. Brooks to help me out in any way he can, so there should be no problem.
Okay. And Gwen also has a media influence. Do you actually have media influence?
No.
Okay. Mine is underworld, a little bit of street, a little bit of upper.
My specialties lie in real estate and high
one
society.
industry. What's your special? What's your influence?
My specialties lie within real estate,
So is that
industry,
industry, real estate?
and high society.
Mine is industry, entertainment. So okay, so we can at least get a pass. We can get. She destroyed most of our infrastructure influence, so it's kind of hard to get hold of her office.
Well, this is this is part of the reason that I find her suspicious.
Yeah.
But anyway, I believe I must go and make myself useful, John. But it has been a pleasure as always.
Pleasure here. Pleasure on mine.
And
if you
I
come
will
up
see you
with
again
any,
soon.
Thanks. If you come up with any ideas for the mayor, let me know. And if you find anyone who can give me second level of obfuscate, that would be appreciated. Short of finding Miss Monroe.
I'm not sure of the position of Madame Runner, but it can be done, no problem.
Thanks.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.
And yeah, Justinian will head off.
Amachan, can we end the scene?
Of course, dude. Of course, please.
Alright. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. This was another episode from Living World of Darkness, New York. Cheers, and hope to see you all soon.